this video like doesn't want to happen today. It's so frustrating. I'm gonna sneeze because of course I'm gonna sneeze. What is up, guys? Welcome back. Your friendly neighborhood potato here with just my complexion products on today, and that is because we are finally going to be playing with M Cosmetics. Yes, my M Cosmetics order finally arrived. If you are unfamiliar with M Cosmetics, it is Michelle Phan's makeup line, and Michelle Phan is like the OG beauty guru on YouTube. We have her among a few other creators to thank for literally founding the category, and so this has been a line that I've wanted to try for a long time, and you guys have requested it from me, but her stuff is always sold out. So I did manage to get my hands on some things. There are definitely other things in her collection that I wish I could get my hands on, but they are sold out, so maybe another video will be in order when she does another restock or another release. In the meantime, I have 2 of her blushes, I have an eyeshadow palette, and I have 2 lippies that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. And we're gonna put them all on my face. We're gonna talk about the brand, we're gonna talk about the prices, we're gonna talk about my experience with ordering the products and receiving them and everything like that. And then I'll give you guys my final thoughts on it. So I do want to mention there is a new video over on my vlog channel explaining why and how YouTube chooses to either monetize or not monetize certain kinds of videos. So if you are curious about that and why maybe some people aren't being as full-throated on YouTube as they are on Instagram about the matters at hand currently and why I have to be so intentionally vague, check that video out. It's just very informational from like a Google Ads standpoint, why it is the way that it is, why it's problematic and how it works, like from a very practical standpoint. I don't make any money off that video, so feel free to pass it on to anybody that you know. I'm also going to include a reading list down below. I have not read all of these books. I am just starting on it myself, but I have had input from a lot of people and from a lot of different creators, and I think that it is valuable that we start to just make this part of the conversation on an ongoing basis. And so you will start to see more Black-owned brands on my channel. There's always been an ear for diversity, and I always have tried to understand shade ranges in the sense of I am not the only person shopping for makeup, but I can always do a better job. So yes, I will leave that reading list down below. You know, look at it if you're curious. I see it as just kind of an extension of my self-help journey. If I engage with a piece of literature from front cover to back cover, I know I'm going to come out of it a better person. These authors have gone and taken their experience and the hard conversations that they've had, and they've put it in these books for us to digest. The least we can do is go read them. And if you see something on there that you're interested in and it is sold out in physical copies, please don't use that as an excuse to put it off, or the wait list at your library is really long as an excuse to put that off. They're very inexpensive on Kindle, and the Kindle app is free on your phone. So that's what I always do. I hope that you guys know that even as this conversation becomes ongoing, it's always at the front of my mind, and I hope that you guys feel the same way. So I hope that you guys will check that out. I'm gonna move you in and we will start putting some makeup on my face from M Cosmetics. Hello and welcome to my face. I haven't said that in a while. It's kind of a glam and gore voice. She says, hello zombies. But yeah, I don't know. I used to always say that. I was like, hello, welcome to my face. So, jumping right in here, the M Cosmetics website, or the way that she releases products, seems to be, and correct me if I'm wrong, in like collections of different color stories. I ended up going with 2 of the blushes. They're both iridescent. One is in the shade Magic Hour, and it's just kind of a rose color, and then we have Faded Clementine, which is, I thought it was gonna be more of a bronzer when I opened it up, but it's definitely just an orange-leaning blush, and her packaging is beautiful. I will say that. Like, the boxes that everything came in, everything sort of was a little bit, I don't know, it just felt like the boxes had not been given a whole lot of love in transit, but when I opened the cardboard boxes, I was like, this packaging is beautiful. It's so, so pretty. And so I ended up also getting the Divine Skies eyeshadow palette. We'll be playing with that in a second. And then I also got, if you can tell, I'm giving it away already how excited I am about this stuff, Lip Cushion Tinted Lip Luminizer, as well as the True Gloss Volumizing Lip Gloss. Let's go ahead and start with the blushes. This is not a first impression by any means. I did go ahead and try these a couple of times, and I did find that these are very pigmented. one of the things, and I actually should also link that Tim Talia article about kind of the language that we use around beauty. A lot of times we talk about things being super pigmented. If something is too pigmented for your skin tone, it probably means that it is more appropriate for someone with a deeper skin tone. And so we just have to kind of temper our expectations there. But also, I just find that keeping something around like the Well People Bio-Based Baked Brightener makes it so that I can just kind of use it as a mixing medium and break out pigment where I need to. So this is the more orange one. This is the Clementine one. Was I not in focus that whole time? I so apologize. I will say I like the orange of this because I just don't have anything like that in my collection, but I do have to be pretty careful with it because it can kind of lean the wrong kind of bronze on me. Thank you for being patient with me while I work out the kinks here. But I do feel really comfortable using this as a companion with bronzer, with especially a cooler bronzer, more neutral bronzer like the one from Arrive. This is absolutely my favorite bronzer right now. The Arrive bronzer in light medium. They do a great job of putting enough neutral tones in there that I feel like I can put on a good bit of it without my skin going a little bit orange. And this is not technically a bronzer, it is a blush, but I feel like it's like I have control over the orange tones now because orange isn't bad. It's just like you just want to be able to control it. And so the other one, I should actually swatch both of these. Wow. So you can see they are both like kind of golden. You're not getting like pink, pink, pink here. And so I would kind of temper your expectations there just because the pink blush is not super, super pink. It's still pretty iridescent and shifts gold. And so you're not going to be able to build that color up as much as I would like to get a pink payoff. You know, I still want to use something matte as like a companion blush with it. That's the other one that we're going to apply because I love how new people to my channel will comment like, wow, 4 blushes to achieve 1 look. And they won't even say it in like a critical way. They're just like, that's new. And I'm like, yeah. I just want to enable your blush habit. I feel like now I'm too... Cameras are hard, y'all. The rosiness is actually really, really lovely. I do think that the first few times that I tried these, I put way too much on because I am in a groove right now where I've just been wearing cream products, and cream products are so forgiving. You can put some on, and if it's too much, which it rarely is, you can just legitimately wipe it off, like however you want, in whatever sloppy fashion that you want. But when it comes to powder, you just have to be kind of, you have to do it right the first time. While I like those, I think they're really, really beautiful, I do feel like they are a little bit on the shimmery side to be able to use alone. I will probably, once I get everything on, adjust a little bit with a powder blush that is matte. But I'm gonna go in with the Well People, the Bio Brightener here. I've shaved the whole like dome of this thing off. I love it so much. And just use that as a mixing medium to blend the edges to make sure that I don't end up with any harsh lines, just because my eyes often deceive me. And see, I do feel like I got too much like shimmer effect on my nose for the amount of blush. I want to wear more blush, but I don't think that necessarily it's like her fault for making a product that I need another product to use with it. It's just, I want you guys to be aware that these blushes are super shimmery and it's kind of hard to get away from that. So let's talk about the Divine Skies eyeshadow palette. So it looks like this when you open it up, and we've got 6 shades. We've got 2 matte pinks, a chocolatey brown, 3 shimmers, a pink that shifts gold, a beautiful kind of just medium rosy tone, and then this like highlighty champagne gold. So I will say that this I don't consider to be an all-in-one palette for most people, just because someone with very pale skin is going to need something lighter than this highlight shade, and someone with deep skin is going to need something deeper than this crease shade. So we're just gonna do the best that we can, and I'll probably fill in with what I have with a lighter shade. But I'm gonna start with the brown shade, and we're going to place that with a Wayne Goss brush right here in my crease. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, I'm gonna spoil it. I hope she puts this eyeshadow palette out in every colorway possible because this formula is awesome. I don't know what it is about it, but it's like I don't put a primer down, nothing. And it spreads like a dream, so even. Especially because the blushes are so shimmery. I was just like, maybe she's leaning on shimmer. Maybe her matte formula isn't going to be that awesome, but the matte shadows in this little palette are so good. They are so even. Very, very impressed with them. They are the perfect meeting to me of pigmentation and spreadability, blendability. Oh, I can't even tell you guys. I have basically experienced almost like a reversion back to like my first trimester. I'm still wearing my C-bands. By the way, I'm going in with kind of the deeper rosy tone, and I'm just sort of like blending over that as a transition shade. Yeah, I'm nauseous all over again. I feel like a grape all over again. There was a moment where I was starting to really enjoy my pregnant body where I was like, oh, I look so cute. I'm back to feeling like I wake up in the morning and just kind of like roll myself. I don't know. Okay, the thing that starts to happen here is that once I've got those transition shades down, I don't really have many options and places to go because I can go to this sort of lighter pink that is still very much a pigmented blush shade for my skin tone and work that kind of everywhere, but I still don't want to use it as a highlight color because it's too dark for that. And then I will use that gold champagne color, but it still pulls like local color gold on my skin. But do you see how effortless? I can sit here and just like trail off in thought while I'm putting this on. That brown is awesome. It spreads so easily, but you can see, I mean, on me, that's a pretty good crease shade. It's not going to be cool enough for a lot of people, and it's also not going to be deep enough for a lot of people. So I'm just working with the mattes right now, just to show you guys that you don't have to lean on the buttery texture of the shimmers in this little palette in order to get a really blended look. Because a lot of times that is what we end up resorting to, is just mixing a little bit of shimmer in order to get any kind of blendability or evenness, and to me this is just the opposite of patchy. It goes on so easily. I'm not the biggest fan of this duochrome shade. The formulas are crazy. I'll go ahead and swatch them for you. They are so buttery. You dip your finger into the foily shimmers and they just feel insane. They feel so velvety and they're just beautiful. But I just personally like don't love that NARS Orgasm Pink Shift Gold thing. It's just not really as like miraculous on my skin as it's purported to be. It's not as like universal as they want it to be. And so I'm actually going to go in with this one right here. They don't have names, I don't think. And it is just the more like unichrome, single chrome, it's just one color. And it's just a really pretty like foiled, what would you call that? Rosy copper, I guess? I'm gonna go not like all over my lid, or like just right here on the front, and then I'll just use a brush to blend it up. I don't want to cover my whole lid. It tends to, I don't know, it just tends to distort the shape of my eye a little bit. And I still want to preserve that nice shadow that I built. But I will just kind of blend the edges on it. It's so pretty. This palette is very much inside my comfort zone because these are the colors that naturally occur in my skin. So it's like blush tones and things like that. I feel like, you know, the pink of my lips and stuff. It's a little more orange, I feel like, or maybe just a little bit more warm than I would necessarily like, you know, pin down as far as my like lip color or my natural undertones. But I feel like once you get the lip on, it all really comes together. So I'm going to take a pencil brush here from Sigma. This just happens to be the one that I have like lying around. I know I have more somewhere, but this is the one that I've been using lately. And we're gonna go in with that highlighty shade right there, and I'm gonna go on my inner corners with it, and you'll see, I mean, it reflects light beautifully, but it does just come pretty close to being too gold for it to work as a highlight on me. That's so pretty. I'm gonna go underneath my eyes with, am I gonna have to do this with a giant brush because I am so disorganized? Oh, I'm just gonna go in with my pencil brush, and we're going to touch into the rosy color right there. The like rosy, what do we call that? Rosy copper color. Go underneath here. And there is a mirror in here. I don't know why I'm not using it. what I like to do is take the shimmery shade underneath right on the lower lash line, and then I will take a slightly lighter, doesn't even have to be in the same like family of colors, but a slightly lighter shade of a matte color, and use that to kind of blend it out, blow out that line a little bit. It's still gonna look a little bit ethereal and a little bit, you know, smoky, but light colored smoky. But once you get mascara and eyeliner on and stuff, you can bring the detail back. And I just think it can be a really, really fun look. I think that this palette has a lot of versatility to it, because you could just wear the mattes, or you could just wear the shimmers on their own. You could mix them in completely different ways than I did. And I just can't say enough about the formula. It's very, very cooperative. Okay, I'm going to do my eyeliner and my mascara and my brow mousse the way that I always do. If you are curious to see how I do my eyeliner with this little brush, it is in my how to layer cream products video, which came out on Monday. So check that out. I go really, really close and in detail and show you guys how I do it, but I'm just going to do it really quick off camera, and I'll be right back and we will talk about lips, and it's worth it, so stay tuned. Okay, so we are well on our way to a completed makeup look here. I'm loving the way that it looks. I am going to take a little bit of matte blush and just top off my cheeks now that I've seen my eye look and everything. I'm going in with the Saint Cosmetics Love Me Gently blush right here in this beautiful matte rosy tone. And that's going to give me just the right amount of local color on the top here, like on the pop of my cheeks. Mainly because I just think that if you wear, or if I wear, a shimmery blush, especially on the front of my cheeks, it accentuates a lot of texture. Like texture, I don't even really feel like I'm not like self-conscious about skin texture, and I feel like it kind of creates unwanted texture. And if you already feel like you have too much pigment on your face, or like enough pigment on your face, and you don't want to apply another blush on top of it, but you do want to get a little bit of mattification, you can always just apply like a translucent powder, and it'll kind of take it down a notch. Okay, let's talk about these lips, because I am super excited to share them with you, because especially this one is like nothing I have ever experienced. So like I said, I have this like interesting little, what do they call this thing again? Lip cushion tinted lip luminizer. It is a wild little product, because I almost feel like it's in the wrong delivery system. You know, it's in this little like twist up, click up pen, and you think it's gonna be like one of the ColourPop lipsticks, right? Where, you know, it's just got a really great amount of pigment and this cute little applicator where you can get a lot of precision, except when you put this thing on, it is softy soft, soft. So soft, like you heated a lipstick up soft. And it goes on like a gloss, like a really thick pigmented gloss. And so I'm gonna actually start with a lip liner. The lip liner that I have found in my collection that I like the best with this is the Wayne Goss Sepia, just because it really pulls this combo of like pink and brown really nicely. And you guys know tonal makeup is my comfort zone. All his lip glosses are sold out, and I think you can still get the lip pencils. Look at how that like it just pulls the tones from the eye look. I love that. So that is going to be a good little like mix in with this guy, because you can see that it's not super pigmented. It's pigmented for a lip gloss, but it does have like a rosy apricot thing to it. And I think that they'll bridge the gap basically. Super soft, so pretty, but I can't explain to you. This doesn't feel like a lipstick. It's like not what you would expect at all. I would just like you to observe with your eyes what a very pretty color that is, and how easily it goes on. It doesn't have any opacity to it in the sense of like a white background or anything like that. It's just like a translucent gloss that's tinted, and so I think that it will work on just about anybody, just to add a kind of rosy tint to the lips. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And at the risk of just going gloss crazy here, I also ordered Mochi Mochi. This is a different kind of gloss. This is the True Gloss Volumizing Lip Gloss, and it is also incredible. I don't think you necessarily need both of these, but I can't tell you which one I like better. So here we go. I'm just gonna blot that ever so slightly so that we have, you know, some room on my lips for product without it going all mucky and weird. And I'm gonna take this, which is just the, I mean, whoo boy, what a pretty, pretty ballerina pink color. Oh, it smells like vanilla. The other one doesn't really smell like anything, I don't think. No, I mean, maybe a little bit. This one smells awesome. I love the texture of this so much. Oh, yeah. It's not just vanilla, it's like cake. It's nice. But it doesn't linger. I don't feel like when I have it on I can smell it. It's just as I put that thing up to my nose I can smell it. It doesn't taste like anything. So you're not tempted to lick it off, which is nice. So that is the vibe of all the stuff that I picked up from M Cosmetics. I'm going to move you guys back out and we will look on her website, talk about the claims on these products and the prices and everything like that. And then I will give you guys my final thoughts. Oh, you guys, I'm having a hard time with pregnancy this week. I don't feel cute. I used to just feel so cute thrown on a white t-shirt and now I just like feel so dumpy. Ugh. Okay, so looking at her website, first of all, I bought all this stuff from her website on my phone and everything loaded really, really slowly. I am an online advertiser, whatever. That was my job before this. And I get frustrated with really frictiony websites, and also it's bad for their own personal performance, like their business performance, to have a website that's slow. And her website is slow. It's heavy, it's clunky, and it's annoying, at least on mobile. I'm just gonna say that. And it also, guys, took 3 weeks for this stuff to ship. It is made in America, okay? I was like concerned. I was like, maybe it's shipping from another country. I don't know, but like it shouldn't have taken that long, and it could easily be because of the virus and everything like that, but it took 2 weeks to ship. You know what I mean? For me to even get a shipping notification, to the point that I forgot that I ordered this stuff. For everybody also who's like, why didn't you try the blush drops? They're sold out. They're so beautiful, and that's all, like literally that's what has piqued my interest about M Cosmetics for so long. But I think they just do things in really small runs, and so they don't have the blush drops, and if they ever restock them, I will buy them. So she does do cute little sets. She has a bunch of stuff that I didn't try. There are liquid eyeliners, which is definitely not my thing. There's also a lot of brow products, which I also just don't try a lot of. I kind of tend to gravitate more towards color cosmetics and complexion products. So the blushes are, if you buy them individually, $34 a piece. This is a prestige line, the way that she has poised it in the market. And I will say, the packaging feels that way. Absolutely. It's very nice. It does feel like luxury. It's heavy, but also I'm pretty sure you get a lot of product in here. 0.28 ounces for $34. I mean, I used to absolutely guffaw at a NARS blush. That is, I want to say 0.25 ounces of product, and those were $27 back when I was buying NARS. I think they're $30 now, and this is more expensive than that. But also bear in mind, you are paying more for manufacturing a product in America. It just costs more, and brands that choose to do that do it because you have so much more control over the integrity of the manufacturing process and the ingredients, and also whether or not your contract gets subcontracted, gets sold to other contractors, which is what tends to happen in manufacturers in China, for example. And so I totally think that it's worth it to pay a little bit more for products that are made in America and or have a very traceable manufacturing like supply line. So the lip glosses are $20. That's definitely still like right inside the range of what I've been paying for lip glosses lately. The Wayne Goss ones are $22 a piece. The Rowan ones are right there in the same kind of category. I think they're between $20 and $22, something like that. Oh, her website is so obnoxious to navigate. The lip cushion is out of stock. I managed to get my hands on it 3.5 weeks ago, but it is now out of stock. And so they don't even have the price. That's a little annoying. I wish I could tell you at least how much it is, but since it's sold out, they don't have the price on there, which is interesting. So if anybody has like insight into what Michelle Phan is up to right now, like I don't follow her that closely, but is she experiencing sourcing issues? Is she having struggles right now? Is this an unusual situation? The fact that things are sold out and took so long to ship, is that your experience with her brand in the past, or is this a product of what has been going on lately with shipping difficulties for everybody? So do let me know. I want to give her credit where credit is due because these products are beautiful. They do ship internationally flat for $10.99, which is very, very cool. And one other observation that I want to make is that none of this feels particularly avant-garde. There's no blues, there's no greens, there's no yellows, anything like that. This all stays in the pinks and the plums and the reds and the mauves and the, you know, just basically a general sort of pink family of all of these shades. That eyeshadow palette, unfortunately, is the only eyeshadow palette that she has right now, and I really can't say enough about how much I think that she should apply that formula to like as many colorways as she possibly can, Yeah. Why am I having so much trouble with English right now? Because the formula is just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, and I do want to know how she talks about the brand, so this is about M Cosmetics. From the moment I drew the first line on my eyes, I understood that makeup was a powerful medium of self-expression. M Cosmetics was created to give you the tools you need to express yourself through colors, lines, and other forms of creativity. Whether you are a new beauty enthusiast, a seasoned creator, or a pro artist, I hope you find our products to be refined, effortless, and useful in your own personal journey of self-expression. Through M Cosmetics, I encourage you to claim your power, share your art, and above all, rethink beauty. Good luck. Michelle Phan and the M family. There's just really not much there, which is, I mean, it's fine. There doesn't seem to be any, like, you know, there's no clean claims on any of this stuff. I just wanted to try it for you guys, just knowing that it is made in America and that Michelle Phan is really awesome, and I wanted to see her vision on makeup and how it would perform. So let's go ahead and jump into my final thoughts on the M Cosmetics products that I was able to try. So I would say that my least favorite of them are the blushes, and only because they're super shimmery. And I don't think that that's a deal breaker. I just want people to be aware of that. And I think that even though they are my least favorite of what I got, they are still products that I think are beautiful, and I'm going to continue using them. They just happen to not outrank the other stuff that I bought. I do still think that these are beautiful as standalone products, and I don't own anything in these shades in my collection, and that's kind of saying a lot. You guys have seen my blush collection. The eyeshadow palette is absolutely gorgeous. This will be the third time that I've said it. It really doesn't necessarily oversell itself. When you're looking at that packaging, you're like, that could be awesome, or that could be really disappointing. It could be setting me up for disappointment, but I would just like to give my personal vote of confidence for a beginner that might be wanting to have a very forgiving formula, or someone who just gets really excited about creamy mattes and just blissful metallics. You don't often hear me rave about an eyeshadow palette because I personally don't think of myself as an authority on eyeshadow. You know, I just kind of stumble on things that work for me, and then I'm just like, ooh, guys, I found something that worked, but like sometimes I don't really know why. And this it's just, as soon as you dip a brush into it, you're like, I get it. There's almost no fallout. There's no dustiness to it. It's creamy, it's beautiful, but it's blendable. It has the right amount of pigmentation for me as far as like what I expect from an eyeshadow. And I just think that it is super beautiful and worth it. So what was the price on this guy? $38 for this. And you get ooh, it's all gluten-free, cruelty-free. Those are the claims. Okay. You get 0.3 ounces of product. Okay. And right there at the top with this would be the lip products. They actually, like, I love when something pleasantly surprises me. You know, there's things in everyone's collection, like the Wayne Goss lip glosses. I was just like, these are gorgeous. These feel like something that I have used before, like from MAC or something like that, but they are cruelty-free and they're coming from Wayne Goss, and I think that the colors are beautiful. This is a place that I want to spend my money because I think they're really pretty. But both of these products, both of these lip products, I'm like, huh, that's a little bit different, and it's different for a reason. I'm still not gonna say that I think that this was like the best delivery system for this, but I also prefer that to sticking my finger in a pot. So, you know, maybe she's onto something. It just, I want to prepare you for the fact that when you put this on, like, don't like crank it all the way up and assume it's going to behave like a regular little, you know, thin lipstick. It's not. It's super, super glossy and it's super soft, but it's awesome and this color is amazing and it's sold out. And that is frustrating because it took so long for this stuff to arrive. And the Mochi Mochi, I mean, I love having a really pale lip color that I can lighten things up with. that I can use the same way that I use my Well People powder or something like that, to just kind of add a little bit of like a highlight to my lips, or to lighten up a lip color, because we've talked about this before. A lip color can overwhelm my complexion pretty quickly and just sort of steal the show from everything else that I just spent a lot of time on. And so I like to have something that for me is pretty close to like a nude color, a nude pink, a My Skin But Better plus ballerina pink kind of color. And it is a beautiful, beautiful gloss. It has a lovely smell to it. It is plumping, she claims. I'm sorry, not plumping, volumizing. And I think that the texture is absolutely gorgeous. So I really, really like these products. I absolutely recommend checking out her website, seeing if any of this stuff appeals to you. And definitely let me know, like I said, your experience with any of her products, and also with your buying experience from her. Am I just experiencing a set of exceptional circumstances? Because I would love to continue buying from this brand, and I still will. I still will. I'm actually very, very impressed by it, and I hope that she continues to grow. So I hope that this was valuable for you guys, even though I'm a hot mess today. I don't know what's gotten into me. I cannot get a word out to save my life. But I wanted to get this review out for you guys because I actually have been really excited about these products and really excited to share them with you. And we've been waiting long enough on these products, you know? So anyway, I hope that you will check out the reading list down below if you feel like that is relevant to you. If you did enjoy this video, guys, do give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to keep hanging out with me on this channel, hit the button down below and subscribe. I would love it if you guys did. Hit the notification bell as well if you want to receive notifications, just so that you know when I upload. I try and do it as often as I possibly can. So definitely don't miss a video, get those notifications. Thank you guys so much for watching and for hanging out with me today. I love you so much. I really do. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next one.